Good morning, dear soul, before the noise of the world floods in, before the alerts, the news, or even your own swirling thoughts, pause here for just a moment. Let me speak a gentle blessing over your heart. May this moment be still, may your breath slow, your soul rise, and the first light of morning remind you, you're here for a purpose. This day isn't an accident, this breath isn't random, this morning is a sacred gift, and that's why we begin right here, in prayer, not because we're checking something off, not because we're chasing perfection, but because prayer is a returning, it's a remembering. It's the simple, holy act of handing your heart back to the one who designed it. Before anything else gets a say in your mood or your mindset, give that space to God. When you start your day in His presence, something changes, you become less frantic and more grounded, you move from striving to stillness, you're not just reacting, you're rooted, and while it won't guarantee your day will be easy, it does guarantee you'll never walk through it alone. So right now, right here, take a breath. Let's not begin with pressure, but with praise, not with lists, but with presence, not with anxiety, but with assurance. God is already with you, and if this is the rhythm you've been longing for, welcome home. This is Grace Daily, and this moment, this prayer, is for you. Let's begin. Isaiah 50 verse 4, He wakens me morning by morning, wakens my ear to listen like one being instructed. Take that in again. He wakens me morning by morning. This isn't just beautiful language, it's a divine pattern. God doesn't just give breath each morning, He gives awareness. He opens our ears before we open our mouths. He calls us not to rush, but to listen. The world wakes us with alarms, schedules, and endless noise. But God wakes us with purpose. Each morning is not just another checkbox, it's a quiet invitation. Not to do more, but to be still, to hear. Maybe you've woken up already feeling behind, maybe the weight of your day hit before your feet touched the floor, but what if this time, right now, you waited to hear God's whisper before checking in with the world? What if your first attention wasn't to emails or problems but to His voice? That's the heart of Isaiah 50 verse 4. It doesn't begin with command, it begins with awakening. There's gentleness in how God reaches us. He doesn't rush us, He wakes us to listen. He's not yelling, He's inviting, and His instruction doesn't come with pressure, but with grace. So if you haven't heard Him lately, maybe it's not because He's silent, maybe it's because life has gotten too loud. What would it look like for you to slow down long enough to actually hear Him this morning, to trust that He still speaks, not just to the super spiritual, but to anyone who's hungry to hear, to the tired, the questioning, even the ones who feel too far gone? If you're wondering, why can't I hear God? Remember this, He wakens the ear, that's His promise, that's His work, so ask Him, God, awaken my ear today. Before I act, before I plan, teach me to listen. And let that listening lead your strength. Psalm 90 verse 14, Satisfy us in the morning with your unfailing love, that we may sing for joy and be glad all our days. Before the day demands from you, let God pour into you. This verse isn't a soft-spoken wish, it's the cry of a soul that knows where true fulfillment comes from. Satisfy us. We live in a world constantly seeking to be full of achievement, full of affirmation, full of approval, but this psalm reminds us, the one thing that truly satisfies is God's unfailing love. That's what your soul is really craving, not another accomplishment, not more affirmation. Love, steady, faithful, unfailing love. Maybe you woke up already chasing something, a mood, a moment, a feeling, but have you considered this? The very first hunger of your soul isn't success, it's love. And not just any love, but a love that doesn't waver when you do, a love that holds when you're falling apart. Read it again, satisfy us in the morning with your unfailing love. That's not just poetry, it's a prescription for wholeness. Until you let God love you first, nothing else will feel like enough, but when He fills you, suddenly your heart has room for joy, for hope, for gladness. That kind of joy doesn't show up when life is perfect, it shows up when you realize you're already held, when you know that nothing in this day can strip you of His love. So if you feel spiritually dry or numb today, maybe the answer isn't to try harder, maybe it's to receive more. Just breathe in and whisper, Lord, satisfy me with your love. Let that be your start. Mark 1 verse 35, very early in the morning, while it was still dark, Jesus got up, left the house and went off to a solitary place, where he prayed. Even Jesus, God in the flesh, needed quiet, he needed time alone, he needed prayer. Let that sink in. Mark 1 verse 35 isn't dramatic, it's simple. But it's sacred. Jesus, who had perfect union with the Father, still chose solitude, still chose silence, still chose to begin his day in communion, not chaos. He didn't pray because he was weak, he prayed because he was wise. He was modeling a rhythm we were made to follow. If the Son of God needed to begin his day like this, why would we think we can skip it? This isn't about guilt, it's about invitation. Prayer isn't something extra, it's essential. Jesus showed us, rest before responsibility. Presence before pressure. So if your mornings have felt frantic or heavy, you're not broken, you're being called, you're being invited to stillness, to holy quiet, to a few minutes where God speaks louder than the noise. And notice, Jesus went early, before the needs, before the people, before the miracles. He didn't wait until he was exhausted, he didn't wait until he needed a rescue, he anchored himself first. We tend to do the opposite, we react, and then try to recover, but Jesus, he retreated, and then he responded. What would change if prayer was your first move, not your backup plan? This verse reminds you, your soul doesn't need more productivity, it needs more presence. So today, make room, go to your solitary place, maybe that's your car, your bathroom, your bedroom floor, whatever space you can find. Let it become sacred, because the same Father who met Jesus in the early morning is ready to meet you too. Psalm 143 verse 8, let the morning bring me word of your unfailing love, for I have put my trust in you. Sometimes, all it takes is one word from God to carry us through the day. Psalm 143 verse 8 is that kind of request, a quiet, earnest longing. Let the morning bring me word. That means God is already speaking, already moving, already preparing whispers of love and grace woven into the quiet moments of your morning. But the question is, will we notice, will we trust that his love is not only unfailing, but also our first portion? This verse isn't a request for answers, it's a declaration of trust. I may not know what this day holds, but I trust you. I may not feel lovable today, but I trust your love finds me. I may not see clearly yet, but I believe you're already working. For the one waking up with a weary heart, unsure of what's ahead, this verse is your invitation. You don't have to drum up joy. You don't have to pretend you're okay, just whisper, God, this morning, speak love to me. Let my first awareness be that you're near, that I'm yours, and that your love will carry me through. You haven't been forgotten. You're not overlooked. This morning is bringing you a message straight from the heart of God. Listen closely. Let it become your breath and your anchor. Let us pray. As the first rays of sunlight break across the sky and breath gently fills my lungs once again, I come to you, Lord, not because I have it all figured out, but because I need you more than I need clarity. This breath, this sunrise, this soft beginning, they're all whispers of your mercy. So I pause here, not to rush, not to strategize, but to surrender. I lay down my need to perform. I set aside the burden of pretending. I meet you here in the quiet, in the raw, in the real. This moment is enough. I don't want to miss the miracle of simply waking up, of breathing, of having another chance to walk with you today. You woke me for a reason, not to strive, not to earn, but to be with you. And so I come, with nothing polished, nothing perfect, just presence. Here is my messy heart, Lord. My scattered thoughts, my doubts and my dreams, my questions and my quiet longings, I place them before you like broken alabaster, trusting you'll see beauty in the pieces. You are not overwhelmed by me, you are not offended by what I cannot fix. Take all of it, my fear, my fatigue, my fragile hopes, and shape it into something only you could create. Fill this silence with your peace. I declare, with quiet confidence, that this day belongs to you. Not just the parts I've planned, but even the places I avoid. The hard moments. The unspoken grief. The decisions that feel too heavy. I give you the hidden things, the private burdens, the quiet ache, the weight I don't know how to name. You are not a distant God, you're the one who kneels beside me in the dust, the one who whispers hope into the places I thought were hollow. Let the hush of your presence become my rhythm today. I let go of the lie that I need to be strong to be accepted. I release the guilt I've worn like armor. The pressure to perform. The inner critic that says I'm behind, or not enough, or too much. Let your truth be louder than those lies. You said, "Come to me, all who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest." Matthew 11 verse 28. So here I am, not pretending. Not polished. Just here, my presence is my prayer. My stillness is my offering, and in this sacred quiet, I am reminded, you never asked for my perfection, you just wanted my surrender. Quiet the chaos inside me, still my racing thoughts, fill every hurried corner with your peace. Help me remember, it's not about getting everything done, it's about doing what matters, with love, with you, and with gentleness. May I move at the pace of grace today. When interruptions come, let me welcome them as divine appointments. When expectations pile up, remind me to breathe. When I feel invisible, remind me I'm fully seen by you. Let me approach this day not as a battle to survive but as a walk to embrace. Every step, however small, can be sacred when it's taken with you. Lord, help me become more aware of your nearness than my needs. Teach me to lean not on certainty but on trust. Anchor me in your love when I'm tempted to drift into worry. Let stillness become my practice. Let surrender become my default. Help me move slowly. Help me see people, really see them. Help me listen more than I speak. Let the peace you plant in me be the peace I carry into every room. Let my life today be less about proving, and more about praising. Less about climbing, and more about abiding. Let me remember, faithfulness doesn't look like perfection. It looks like presence. It looks like showing up, even when it's hard, even when no one sees. Today, I choose to root my identity in you, not in my productivity, not in people's opinions, not in my past. I am who you say I am, chosen. Beloved. Secure. I am not disqualified by what I lack. I am not too late or too broken. Your grace doesn't expire. Your mercy is not recycled, it's brand new. Just for today, you are not just enough, you are everything. Let your truth reintroduce me to myself. And now, Father, I lift my family to you. Cover them with grace like morning dew. For the ones grieving, be their comfort. For the ones deciding, be their wisdom. For the ones weary from waiting, be their strength. Guard their peace, multiply their joy, restore what's been lost. Let our home be more than a shelter, let it be a sanctuary. Let love be spoken often, let forgiveness flow freely, let grace be thick in the air. Cover our laughter, our silence, our tears, with your mercy. Teach us not just to tolerate, but to cherish one another. I lift my friends, too, especially the ones who feel forgotten today. Wrap them in a kindness only you can give. For the one numbing their pain behind a screen, show up in that quiet space with unmistakable love. For the one carrying more than they can hold, be their steadiness. For the one questioning their value, remind them they are not a mistake to fix but a masterpiece being formed. Give them courage to hope again, to dream again, to believe that you are still writing their story. Remind them healing is not always loud. Sometimes, it looks like peace that makes no sense. Let my prayers go where my hands can't reach. And Lord, I pray for this Grace Daily community, for every heart that's found its way here, whether by accident or by searching. Let this space be more than a digital scroll, let it be a sacred pause. Let every word spoken here be a breath of peace, a whisper from heaven. A reminder that they're not alone. Protect what you've built here, let it grow like a garden, imperfect, beautiful, holy. Let it point every soul back to you. Let this be known not for noise, but for nurturing, not for a name, but for your nearness. May every post, every video, every prayer carry your presence. Let this become a rhythm of returning, of realignment, of remembering. We're just getting started, and you, God, are still meeting people in the quiet, for the dreams I've tucked away, the ones too fragile to speak aloud, I surrender them again. Not with resignation, but with reverent trust. If those dreams are from you, Lord, then open doors no man can close. And if they're not, then close them gently. Don't let me waste my energy chasing something not marked by your hand. Refine my desires until they reflect your heart. Let my ambition be driven by anointing, not anxiety. Let my legacy be love, not noise. May my yes be costly, not convenient. May I build what lasts, even if no one sees it, even if it never goes viral, even if it never earns applause. Let me measure success not by visibility, but by obedience, not by recognition. but by faithfulness. Help me live in such a way that my life echoes beyond my timeline, because I loved well. Not because I accomplished much, and when fear creeps in, when I feel the urge to take control again, remind me of this stillness, bring me back to this moment, to this prayer, to this peace, to this presence. Whisper once more that surrender is not weakness, it's strength, it's choosing the deep over the shallow, the eternal over the urgent, it's trusting that even when I don't understand the map, I can trust the guide. Let surrender become my daily rhythm, not just a one-time prayer, but a posture of my heart. Let stillness be my compass, let trust be my strength. I don't know what today holds, but I know this: you hold me, you go before me, into meetings, into hospital rooms, into hallways, into classrooms, into commutes and conversations. You are already there, and you'll be with me through it all. You're the God of the sunrise and the midnight, of the mountaintop and the valley, and because of that, no hour is too ordinary to be holy, no moment is too quiet to be divine, no task is too small to be sacred. So today, I will walk slowly, speak gently, love freely. I will honor the sacred in the ordinary. I will give thanks for this breath, this body, this opportunity to live like it all matters, because it does, because you gave it. Thank you, Lord, for the unseen protections, for the whispers of mercy, for the new beginnings I didn't even realize I needed. Thank you for welcoming me back to the table of grace, not with judgment, but with joy. No application, no addition, just invitation. You are not only the God of my victories, you're the God of my everyday, and so I walk forward today, not in fear, but in favor, not in striving, but in stillness, not in pressure, but in purpose, not in self, but in surrender. This is your day, Lord, let it unfold as you desire. Help me not resist the movement of your grace, but to flow with it. Help me not just ask for blessing, but to be a blessing. Let every word I speak carry kindness. Let every step I take reflect heaven. Let every breath be a quiet declaration: I belong to you. And I will follow, not only when it's easy, but especially when it's not, because you are worthy. And now, as this prayer begins to fade into the hush of morning, let your soul settle just a little deeper, because prayer isn't always about speaking. Sometimes, it's about listening, it's about receiving. Take a breath, and picture this: what if God is smiling over you right now? What if He's not just aware of your to-do list, but excited to walk it with you? What if He's not frustrated by your pace, but pleased just to be invited in? Let His calm become your clarity. Let His nearness become your strength. Let His peace quiet the noise within you. Declare this with me: this day is yours, Lord. I will not rush ahead, I will walk with you. My breath, my choices, my steps, they are all a prayer. This isn't just a pretty phrase, it's a posture. A way of moving through the day with divine awareness. Let these words be more than a mantra. Let them be direction. Let them anchor you when your mind spins. Let them lead you when decisions feel hard. Let them soften you when the day gets loud. When you begin with God, you don't just carry peace, you become peace.